This video here is going to show you how to make a clothing brand from home and save thousands of dollars in gigantic mistakes that most people make when they first start up a brand. When you really think about it, what do you actually need to start up a clothing brand? You need a brand name, a logo, a website, and some products to sell. And so we're going to go into each of these specific categories and show you how you can do it from home super simply. For the first part, if you're struggling to come up with a brand name for your clothing brand, try using namelix.com. It's a great free software that you can use to help you generate different clothing brand name ideas for your brand. And obviously now you can use ChatGPT and Google Gemini, but I highly recommend using Namelix. And if you use it long enough and you really think it through, you'll likely come up with a really sick brand name idea. The second major part of your clothing brand that you can totally do from home is design the logo and make the designs for your clothing brand. Now there are so many different ways that you can go about this that are equally great, and I'll lay them out for you right now. The first one would be to learn the skill yourself. If you've got a little bit of design action in you and you're a bit artsy, then I highly recommend just taking the time to learn how to use Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop. YouTube now is absolutely insane with all the tutorials, and if you just put in the time, absolutely 100% you can learn it on like a professional, masterful level. So if you just put the time into learning those softwares through free YouTube tutorials, you can learn Photoshop and Illustrator fairly easily. Now that being said, if you don't feel comfortable doing the designs yourself and you want to actually work with a legit designer and somebody who's really, really talented, I want to share with you some options here, and some of these I can also give you a massive discount for when you use them because they sponsor this channel. The first one though that's not sponsoring is Fiverr. There's a lot of great designers on there. If you're looking for a specific type of design, streetwear, whatever it is that you're looking for, you can type that in and likely find a designer on there. Another great resource for designs is Upwork. Upwork's a great website that's similar to Fiverr, where freelancers and virtual assistants from all over the world, basically you just type in what you're looking for and you can find them on there, not being paid by Upwork, but they're a great resource. If you want to use a logo maker tool where it's sort of this hybrid between picking a design that's already made for you and you being able to tweak it and make revisions as long as you want, then I highly recommend checking out design.com. And if you go to design.com/apparel success, you can get up to 88% off at checkout just through that link because it's an Apparel Success link. But you can play around with different designs on there without having to purchase anything. You basically just type in the name of your logo or type in the name of the design that you're looking for, type in some keywords around what the logo is all about, the whole vibe of your brand, and it'll just give you a whole bunch of logos that you can edit and you can revise literally on the website itself for free until you decide that you like it. And then another option that I have for you when it comes to designs with another discount is designcrowd.com/apparel. You can get up to $50 off your design project. And basically this is where you post your design idea on there, then designers from all around the world try and attempt your design idea, and you choose the winner, whichever one you like the most, and then you keep that design and you get revisions on it from that designer. But zooming out here, when it comes to the designs for your clothing brand, do whatever works best for you. I'm absolutely not trying to push any of these on you if you don't want to use them. Whatever works best for your clothing brand, that's just a whole bunch of different options that you can use from home. Now, the next key part to starting up a great clothing brand is having an amazing looking website. And I highly recommend that you just use Shopify for your website. Shopify might end up costing you between $20 or $30 a month when you first get started, and they take 2.9% of each transaction on your website just to process the transaction. This is similar to PayPal and to Stripe and all the other payment processors, plus 30 cents per transaction. So if you had a $100 order, they'd take $2.90 plus 30 cents for that order. When you're building your website on Shopify, you'll notice that there's something known as themes. Basically, when you start up your website, you choose a theme. It's like a pre-built website platform, and then you can just basically plug and play using that theme. And there are free themes and there are paid themes. I highly recommend that if you've got a little bit of extra dough, you look for a sick paid theme and you roll with that. A couple of reasons for that is the paid themes give you a lot more features that are just built in, and it just seems to be a little bit more robust where there's not going to be things missing. Whereas the free themes that they give you are super basic, and you're likely going to have to hire a coder on Fiverr to add little different features that you want if you want to customize it into the future. So if you're scrolling through different themes, I highly recommend looking through the paid themes and seeing if there's one that just clicks for whatever you're thinking, whatever you're imagining and visualizing in your head. But obviously, if you don't have a ton of money and you just want to go with the free theme, you can do that as well, and you'll likely be able to make a really sick website that way too. If you want to see what my clothing brand's website looks like, it's at kbudapparel.ca, and a lot of the things that we did on our homepage, we had to hire somebody on Fiverr, a custom coder, to go and make those changes and to do all of that. It doesn't really cost all that much to do it, and there's tons of different people on Fiverr that you can literally hire and be like, hey, we just want to change the font here, add a little text down here, or just change the formatting, and they'll likely do it for you within 24 hours for like $50 or like $60, whatever it is that you're looking to do. Okay, so already you've got your brand name, your logo, and your website built. All that you need now is the products made and to be able to ship them to your customers. And I highly recommend, when you're first starting out, to use print on demand when you're first getting started. If your brand is built mostly on the lifestyle of the brand and what the brand means and what it stands for, and you're not doing anything crazy unique with your products, then print on demand is absolutely perfect for you to get started with. You're gonna save so much money on inventory. You're gonna minimize so much risk investing in inventory that may not sell or will sell or whatever. And what print on demand allows you to do is you link it with their software on your Shopify, and anytime an order comes in on your website, it gets made and shipped to the customer on a per order basis. So there's no investing in any inventory, no holding any inventory, no having to organize it all at home and ship out all these different products and handle all of the returns and exchanges. All of that is handled by the print on demand provider that you go with. 3 that I recommend checking out are Printful, which you can connect to Shopify super easily using one of their third-party apps. Printify, which is really similar to Printful, which also has an app that you can integrate into Shopify. And then an honorable mention here would be Applique, because I've heard other people that I've worked with and other clothing brand owners around me talk about how much they love using Applique for their own brand. But it's super simple to set up. Just go to printful.com or printify.com and read through it, and you can probably have it set up on your website within a couple of hours. Super easy to integrate, and it's just a great way to get started. If you find that you're moving a lot of products and you want to start getting more into private label and doing really specific things with the customizations in your clothing, you can always go and work with a screen printing facility after that, or build it all in-house by buying a heat press machine and doing it all in-house afterwards. But I just think it's a really great way to test products, to get feedback first and grow without having to invest a whole ton of money. And yes, you can add customizations like inner seam neck labels to your products using these print on demand providers. You can add little tags at the bottom, and you can have custom boxes and inserts and everything that you want using these print on demand providers. And so other than registering your brand with the government, which in Canada takes literally 10 minutes, you just fill out a form online and you've got a registered sole proprietorship or partnership within Canada, and you can just start selling right away. Other than registering your business, that's all that you really need: a brand name, a logo, a website, and some products to sell. Especially with print on demand, you're not only making the products, but you're also getting them shipped to your customers and handling all of that at the same time. And you can just get off to the races marketing your brand and getting it out there. Drop your brand in the comments below. I'd love to see the brands that are watching these videos, and I really hope that helps. If you want to go even deeper with me in a community of other clothing brand owners, you can check out apparelsuccessmastermind.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.